All right, we're back again, and now we're going to be moving on to Best Animated Series, one of our absolute favorite things to cover. And so, let's take a look at our nominees, okay?
Who do you got?
All right. First of all, number one, I have to admit, this is a significant show, and I had to nominate, but you know I heartily disapprove of Seth MacFarlane.
Family Guy.
Family Guy's first on my list.
Family Guy, I would agree. Family Guy has done some incredibly funny stuff this year.
He has done some unbelievably funny stuff.
Horribly offensive
and
stuff.
Yeah, some things.
Did you watch the Christmas episode last night?
I'm so offended by some of the things he does, and I'm laughing so hard. I'm going, God, Seth MacFarlane, I gotta quit watching this stuff. The guy's hilarious.
Did you watch?
And the guy sing too.
Yeah.
The guy got a hell of a voice.
Yeah. Did you watch the Christmas episode last night?
No, there was a Christmas episode last night?
Our greed, according to the Seth MacFarlane Christmas premises, our greed is killing Santa. And Santa's on his deathbed, and he has an IV in, and he's had to inbreed the elves after years to keep up with the toy demand. It's a parable for corporate greed and all that crap.
Sure.
But he's got the IV in, and he's like dying, and he's looking at Brian and Stu, and he goes, "Don't worry, I'll be with Allah soon." And then there's nothing said about it, and they kind of work it. And Stewie, like a minute later, goes, "Hey, isn't anybody a little worried about that whole Allah thing?"
I know. That's Seth MacFarlane. He's got a wonderful sense of humor.
Way to sneak it, and
he really does.
His cutaway jokes are some of the funniest things. There's one joke, it makes me laugh every time. Peter says, "It's like when I burp in a enclosed parking garage to assert my dominance." And so they cut away, and there's Peter in an enclosed parking garage, and he goes, "Bah," says the king. And then they cut back, and that's the funniest damn thing I've ever heard. It was great.
I was working with some students developing a running gag in an animation that we're working on.
Yeah.
And where they're going to be Blackbeard and Lieutenant Maynard, who kills Blackbeard, while they're dueling, are insulting each other's mothers and things like that as they're going back and forth. I think it's going to be very funny.
Or could cost you your career.
Could cost me my career. Well, look, I've already had a South Carolina governor who spoke only Spanish, and I've already had a pooping horse, and then little baby Indian girls and boys popping up all over the place. If they're not going to fire me for that stuff, I think I'm going to get away with a little bit of this.
This is true.
All right, my second thing I have on here, of course, without doubt, you have to go with the crowned head of all TV animated series, which would be the
Simpsons.
The Simpsons. You can't leave that. You know what? They can still be fresh.
They're still turning out good stuff.
They're still turning out good stuff after all these years.
Yep.
South Park.
Very
also,
fun.
still turning out wonderful stuff.
That Cream Fresh episode was so damn funny.
Cream Fresh. Oh, God. Oh, I tell you, if we do the funniest episode of any comedy series this year, it may very well be the time that Randy Marsh deliberately gives himself testicular cancer.
Yeah.
Yes. So, one of those bouncing things about that. Yeah. He's got something in the microwave, and he's saying, "Can you hand me a beer?" or something like that. He goes, Stan just keeps
and he bounces on his
balls.
balls.
He bounces on his balls. And he's smoking grass. Wasn't that hilarious?
He's carting his testicles in a wheelbarrow, singing Bob Marley, and he can't get the wheelbarrow through the door.
Buffalo Soldier. He's telling this thing. He has huge testicles.
And then all the other guys.
They all join him, you know.
And Cartman becomes a KFC smuggler.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yes.
How genius is that?
He's testing the sauce and things like this. Oh, God.
Putting down lines of chicken skin.
That's right.
And he's snorting it up.
Oh,
my
God. That is, I'll tell you, they still do wonderfully fresh.
They're still great.
Another one that I think, for some reason, just doesn't seem to get over the top, but it does well enough to get renewed all the time. But I have seen some wonderful episodes on, and that's Futurama.
Oh, Futurama is a very well done show.
It's well known, but it doesn't seem to carry the same. Do I dare say gravitas?
I think you dare.
The others, I dare have the same gravitas. Yeah. Another one which I put in here, which I have seen excerpts from that strike me as very funny. I have no idea when or where this thing comes on. I've wanted to watch it, and I haven't seen it. It's called Archer.
Oh yeah, Archer's the one where the spy and his mom is his boss, and it's animated in the film noir style and the retro style. I saw an episode of that.
Andy Warhol-ish, if you ask me.
I wasn't that impressed, but there was some reasonably funny moments.
Is it on Cartoon Network?
It's on Adult Swim, yeah.
Oh, it's Adult Swim.
It's in the Venture Brothers.
What time does it come on?
I don't know. I don't.
Well, if it comes on at 9 o'clock or later, that explains why I haven't seen it.
I don't even know if it's still on at all.
Although I must,
I have to throw in a series that's come on very strong this year.
What is it?
Thoroughly impressed me, and that's American Dad.
American Dad, huh?
I
thought about putting it in there, but I didn't put it. It doesn't impress me.
They have really done some very, very funny storylines. They had the alien as one of the members of the 1980 Miracle on Ice hockey squad.
Oh, was he?
It was genius. And the ghost of Reagan, because he cheated and used steroids, Stan steals his medal. So the alien vows to kill him, and Stan, of course, is a huge Republican, and he prays to the ghost of
Stan, the American Dad guy?
Yeah,
okay.
He's a CIA operative who's also a huge conservative.
I've seen him. He has a big jaw.
Yeah,
he talks a lot like this.
That's right. Holly, get to your... But he goes and he prays to Ronald Reagan's ghost, and Ronald Reagan's ghost appears before him and tells him that he knew the whole time the hockey team was cheating, and Stan loses his faith in Reagan.
Oh, God.
It's just, there's some great plot points in the show.
You know, was another thing that I liked about Seth MacFarlane was that one of the people he's had on more than once on his show is actually Rush Limbaugh.
Yes.
And apparently they actually rather like each other.
Well, on the commentary for the episode, for the Star Wars episode, which, by the way, December 21st, It's a Trap, the new Family Guy Star Wars episode comes out. I will be in line to get that sumbitch. I'm telling you that right now. That is a.
It won't come on TV?
No, they're going to put it out on DVD just like they did last year.
Oh, really?
But then
Okay.
they'll air it on TV.
Okay.
Very, very funny. The Rush Limbaugh episode, he said Rush Limbaugh is one of the nicest guys he's ever met.
Sure.
He said, and what he said was, I probably disagree, or I probably don't agree with a single bleeping thing he says, but he's one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life.
Well, one of the things that you talk about sometimes on Monday Night Football, the announcers. Oh, by the way, Dandy Don Meredith died recently.
Yes, I remember that. What a lost Monday Night Football.
Yeah, really. He was great on Monday Night Football, but
they
were talking about when they were talking about when they had Ronald Reagan come up there. And John Lennon was up there too, and he didn't understand. He said it's really amazing. He said because John Lennon really was interested. Okay, how does this game work? And he said they're all sitting there. They were amazed because once they were done with the interview, Lennon and Reagan didn't leave. They just stood there in the back, and he said Reagan had his arm around Lennon, and Lennon was listening to him, and Reagan was saying, "Okay, this is how it goes." And the two of them just had a wonderful time. Ronald Reagan and John Lennon.
I don't think there's been
discussing American football.
I don't think there's been a more different pairing.
Can get more
since
different.
That, yeah.
But you know what? It's like I can't remember. I wish I could remember which movie it was, but the guy was talking about. One of the things I love about sports was he said he and his father could never get along about anything. They couldn't get along about anything, but they could always set aside their differences and talk about baseball or watch a baseball game or something like that.
Is that Field of Dreams or?
I keep thinking it's Field of Dreams, but I'm sure it's not. It was something else. And the guy was talking about no matter what. I mean, he and his father just didn't see eye to eye, but baseball always brought them back together again. And I love stuff like that. Okay, I'm not allowing Cleveland to be nominated. That show sucks unbelievably. And it's Seth MacFarlane. He does.
But he doesn't do the voices on it.
But Cleveland sucks. And,
that's
a Cleveland steamer if I ever saw one.
That's such a profound statement.
Cleveland sucks.
Cleveland sucks. The Indians suck. The Browns suck.
All right, there's our nominations for Best Animated Series. If you have a nomination that you'd like for us to consider, send your nominations to colbertradio.com send it to colbertradio@gmail.com, and we'll consider it. All right, thank you very much. We'll be right back with our next segment, which is going to be Best Documentary Series. And we'll be right back with colbertradio.com.